One of the best things about being a presenter on the sports show is the opportunity to meet a range of personalities from the world of sports. As many of you know, I'm a sports fanatic in general, and I love doing this role simply because of the types of people that we meet. We might meet a world champion one day, or we might meet somebody who's a grassroots coach the other day. But one thing is consistent all throughout is the fact that they're doing amazing work wherever they go. Today's subject is boxing, and I've got two very esteemed and important guests here with me in the studio. To my left here, we've got on my far left, light welterweight Ben Day, a friend of the show. Thank you very much for coming in.
My pleasure. How are you? Been a while.
Very good, thank you very much.
Good
and
to
in the
see you.
middle, we have this good-looking gentleman here. Is none other than.
No. I think you got that. I think you got that mixed up.
You got that bit wrong as well.
Yeah.
He's up to his own.
None
at all. Right. On that.
Come on that note.
On that note as well. The gentleman in the middle, until we got interrupted there, is Herol the Bomber Graham, the legendary.
Thank you.
Herol the Bomber. Thank you very much for coming into the studio. We're going to talk about boxing today, but not only that as well, the impact of boxing on our lives, on your lives, as people who have fought all your lives as well, but also the future of boxing as well. If I can start off with Herol, thank you very much again for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you in the studio. Can you tell us a little bit about your boxing career in your formative years? Why you got into boxing, how, etc.
It's a case of, not that there's a lot of trouble around, but it's like saying keeping out of trouble. And it's like everybody thinks boxing is a thing of what? Oh, bad behaviour, you're naughty. And it's more so a discipline. My parents thought, Herol, if you go into boxing, like Terry, a friend of mine, used to say, it keeps you out of trouble and keeps you in a better discipline because you're training yourself, keeping yourself fit, mind and body, and then you're keeping out of trouble. You're keeping out of your mum's way, your dad's way, and other people's way. Mostly is my mum's way. My mum used to slap me.
keep you in check.
You were in check, more than checkmate, really.
But the mum's harder than the boys.
Than the boxing,
yeah.
Yeah, she did hurt, and like I kept out of her way, but it did keep me on a good step, a stepping stone. And said I wanted to better myself in the boxing world and as a person, and I went to boxing.
It went to boxing, and Ben, you got quite a contrasting story there. Although you didn't start at a very young age, you're a bit of a phenomenon in that sense as well. That you didn't start when you were a kid.
27 years of age.
27 years of age, but you also found yourself in a lot of personal problems. I don't know who's the biggest bad boy here.
But I suppose people say old in what respect? Because if I was younger, I would have messed it all up. It's perfect age for me because we got the wisdom to go with it.
It as well. You found that it was a great release for me, and it took it away from all the other.
It saved my life.
It saved your life. As you constantly.
It didn't change it. It saved it. You know, and it needs to. My story needs to get out there as much as possible to inspire kids, because that's what life's all about, is inspiring.
It's been inspiration for other kids, so there's something given
people.
People. So they've got something to follow.
Yeah, exactly. Follow your dreams.
So, Herol, you decided to step into the ring. When did you realize that, or when did your coaches realize, or your parents, or yourself, or maybe it was a combination of everybody's ideas as well, that, hold on, we can actually go quite far?
No one could hit him.
No, when she hit me. I mean, when...
Someone was in the ring with a handbag, trying to throw a handbag, and no one could hit him with a handbag, so they thought he must be quite good at this kind of game, you know?
No. So are we trying to say that the opponents at that time were actually quite weak?
What did Chris Eubank say?
What? He said, you can't,
why would I box a man I can't hit?
I can't hit.
You can throw pebbles at him and he won't get to you.
Yes.
Somewhere in there is a big compliment, I'd say.
Yeah,
huge,
definitely,
massive.
Definitely.
When did you realise?
I knew I knew that I was okay from a long time. I was going to Radford Boys Boxing Club in Nottingham. Yes, in Nottingham. And it's a case of Roy Smith, who's the boss, Roy and Frank, said, wait a minute, I think we've got something here. There's another guy called Ken, and he had a good vision himself. And they thought they had something, and it's a case of, of course they had something. I knew that.
Yeah.
But they kept me there, won championships, won my first 10 fights, I think it was there, and won championships. And they said, no, we're not going to let this guy go. We're keeping him.
We're going to keep him.
Yeah.
And was training just as strenuous back in those days as it is now? Obviously, there's a lot of focus in training when we have the open gym sessions and everything.
Yes.
So there's a lot more focus now, and we get to see, you know, some people, should we say old school, they might say that's a bit too much Hollywood and it shouldn't be like that. But then some people say, look, it's inspiring.
I see fighters on their bloody mobile phones nowadays. They're on
They're
Instagram.
on Instagram.
They're training and they're like, hang on a minute, let me just take a quick selfie. Ridiculous.
And
the phone
yeah.
stays indoors.
Yeah.
If you want to run with your music on, that's fine. But you don't run around telling people what you've done for the day and your phone keep your phone away. It's ridiculous because it takes out your training.
In the days my days when it's like
you had no phones, did you?
We didn't have the phones for one start, and it's like saying Roy, it'd make us work. Ken, Roy, Frank, all the
surnames, please. Surnames.
I forget them now. Smith, they're all Smiths. They're all Smiths as well.
Yeah.
And we had to work so hard. It's unbelievable. As my Brian Anderson, Johnny Nelson, they were at Brendan's at that time, but.
Brendan Ingle we're talking about, yeah?
This was afterwards.
Great camp.
But it's a case that we had to work hard. Had to. Your training was paramount in the sense that it's up to you to be the fittest you can be without getting hurt in the ring.
So, tell us about you joining Brendan Ingle's stable.
That's one question. Is it true you never head sparred till like 3 weeks until the fight?
It all depends. It all depends on
a lot of body sparring.
More so body sparring, yeah, because we didn't want to hurt our faces. Yeah, we didn't want the cuts.
And you didn't want to talk like that.
Pardon?
Yeah, like that.
So Winkerbank in Sheffield.
Yes.
Brendan Ingle.
Yeah, 1970. I think 78.
78.
That's when I was born.
80s, yeah. And it's like saying
That's 2 years.
It heard of something. I'd got disgruntled at my gym at Radford, and then I wanted to change, so I changed to Brendan. A friend of mine, Kevin Sheehan, took me to Brendan, and Brendan says, "Yeah, we don't mind him." And he saw me in the ring. He said, "Nah, we want him." And so from then on, I was a Brendan boy, and doing all the things what I did at Radford Boys Boxing Club, teaching all the other kids to do the same thing. It was great.
And how positive and powerful was as an influence was Brendan?
Oh, Brendan was a powerful influence at the gym, definitely. You know, it
never seemed to age either.
No, yeah, it's true, yeah. But it's like saying, all the things I already knew, fine, but he was teaching me things on top of
extra.
Extra. So it's like saying, I intermingled them, all what I had, and I was a better person, I was a boxer altogether. So I took it out to his gym, St Thomas's, I've forgotten, St Thomas's Boys Club, and went out boxing all over the place, and everybody said, "Oh, go to Brendan's," and that's how it's so popular.
The things he showed me just is so simple, but it makes so much sense. Like, so we're going to we're setting up this masterclass at the gym there on this Saturday, and we're hopefully, it's just a trial session.
So talk me through that, Ben. You've got a fantastic event taking place at Ringtone Boxing Gym in Camden this Saturday.
It's been a little bit quick because I've had me fight.
You yourself have been fighting, which we will touch on.
I've had a few misfortunes, a few setbacks, and training. I'd only had a 3-week training camp, and it was a bit of a mess. But I took a chance and went for it.
So how did you rope trouble in for Saturday for the masterclass?
How did that happen?
It was a case of
friend for a friend.
Yeah,
for a friend.
You said that. Oh no, look, I want to help you, and I said, look, I do need some help. I want a case of work. And he said, look, let's do a master. Yeah, so he said, let's do a master class. Yeah. And I said, that'd be a brilliant idea because I've done one before.
Why not? We've got the clientele and the staff in the gym, and to have Herol do a masterclass is a genius. Yeah. To have him in the gym, people like more of the old cabbies. I've got like 15 cab drivers. I know Herol Graham.
Yeah.
Oh, he's my mate, he is. Blah, blah, bullshit. Oh, he's my mate, he is. He's my mate. Oh, yeah, I know. So we've got a good few cabbies. We'll charge him a set fee. Yeah. And everyone gets paid for Christmas.
So the format for the day is You actually get to do a little bit of sparring with...
I think...
I don't mind.
Whatever, body sparring.
You get a nice picture with Herol?
If he chooses to, yeah. Maybe if they want to pay a little bit extra for a bit of a couple of autographs or whatever.
Yeah.
Look, it's got to be worth Herol's while.
Absolutely.
You know, obviously, you know, I put a little bit of work into it too. We got the posters up. We're getting out there. We're putting a lot of work into it.
And
but
what time?
For me, I want to build Herol because he's a good man and he needs more than what he's got. So he deserves more. This guy.
And what time does this?
This starts. We're going to start at 10 o'clock and we're going to finish it at 1. So it's going to be 3 hours.
3 hours.
And we're going to approximately charge, I think, about £30 each.
Yeah.
And I think
It'd be
that's
good,
cheap.
definitely.
That's cheap as chips for someone.
Absolutely.
Going to work them. When I say hard, not going to over hard, just nice and easy to getting into it.
Technique.
So it's more so technique.
Of course.
And how to not to get hit. And don't mention Julian Jackson, but how not to get hit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to ask Ben a question now because if I ask him directly, his head's not going to fit out when we have to go out to the door as well. But growing up, obviously watching Herol in his pomp as a youngster myself, I feel that obviously doing some analysis and research into his career and watching him when I was growing up, I think he's one of the best post-war era boxers never to have won a world title. From a boxer's point of view,
it's upsetting.
Would you agree with me on that and why?
Totally.
Give us some perspective.
Totally. It's just, for me, in front of Herol, it's quite upsetting that he never won that world title, but that doesn't define him at all.
No.
That doesn't define him. Look, like this is made of leather. This doesn't define Ben Day.
No.
This is a part of Ben Day I'm proud of. But what really defines me is helping people and giving to charity and giving back and helping the misfortunate like you do for the homeless, like Herol does and like I do. This will give us a platform to help people. That's all it is. It's not everything.
Herol, 1976 was a great year.
It was, definitely.
Would you agree? I was born that year.
Yeah.
And secondly, obviously, you beat John Mugabe in that final as well. Tell us a little bit about that. You should have guessed that was coming.
I know, it's just it's a good fight, and it's like saying, the things you don't remember. Did I beat him? You said, no, I did beat him. And it's like saying, I don't remember all of it, but it's such a good fight. It's a excelling fight, jab, 1-2, moving away, running. I had to run because he was strong as well.
He was strong, wasn't he?
Oh, wickedly strong.
After the euphoria of winning your first title in the year I was born, 1977, you were brought back down to earth from a sporting level as well. So you lost to Steve Hopkins as well. So was that a lesson?
How do you remember this?
I've done my homework.
I
don't remember all this. I was only 1 year old. I obviously remember him later in his career, but obviously I've done my homework. But Steve Hopkins. So from the euphoria of actually beating Mugabe to losing to Steve, that must have been. Obviously, at the time, it must have been difficult for you. But in terms of building your character, that must have been really, really good for you.
Yeah, because the case that you hit, you think, you're the best. No one is ever the best all the time. No. You have to hit bottom or come down to the middle sector. And I came down to the bottom. And I had to build myself back up again with the Hopkins fight again. But it was hard work. It was really, really hard work to do it. But I was prepared to do it, and preparing yourself mentally to get rid of all the skeletons of the bad and putting something new there, and then going on to win other things, which I did.
And you did, and because the proof is in the pudding, because a year later, in 1978...
Proof's in the what?
In the pudding.
Oh, no, he's still ripped. He's still ripped. He's still ripped.
So a year later, you picked up the ABA crown again. Yeah. So it goes... Ben, just looking at that, it's fascinating, isn't it? So he beats Mugabe, Hopkins, and then he comes back off the ropes again to bring him back. And that sort of...
So that's what life's about, right?
And that sort of defines it, isn't it? It defines Herol Graham.
That's right.
Peak,
that's right.
Hit bottom, and then peak again there as well. That resonates with you, doesn't it?
Yeah, outside the ring as well.
Outside the ring as well.
Exactly that. I've had many setbacks, but all you got to do is you got to just dust yourself down and keep going. What choice you got? You can't give up.
It was hard as well, because it's like saying within the gym and the Brendan's stable as well. You have ups and downs as well, high and lows, and like saying. Brendan had to make sure that everybody was in a high.
Yeah.
It's very hard for him to do, and like with me going on and saying, you go on like you think you know everything. You don't know everything. You know, there's little things from other people what put in. Like Brendan put things into, Errol, try this, try this, try this, try that. And you try something and it works and he says, yep, told you, Herol. And
never stop learning.
Took him into, you never stop learning at
it's
all.
Like carpentry.
Took him into different
learning.
fights and like winning the fights sort of thing. So it was great, just being in the gym, really.
Ben, you recently fought at your call.
Oh,
was the result you wanted? As a friend of the show, you want to share your
I'll share my views. Errol's going to be say something different. I was very, very upset and very, very angry. Dancing around. First round wasn't too good, to be honest, but it's a 10-round fight. Everyone said you didn't look yourself. Well, obviously I didn't look myself. It's a 10-round fight. It's 1 round. How can you look yourself within, in the first round? You adapt. Good fighters adapt, which I've done before. I got caught with a good right hand.
And you adapted to it.
I adapted to it on the floor. Look, I've got a mark on my leg because I tripped. All right, off balance a little bit. I'm not going to take anything away from Michael Devine because that's not fair. He caught me with a good shot. I got up, went to the corner. I went to the ref. Come on, I'm ready. Let's go. And then he called it off, and I was very, very angry, fuming. And I basically went in the changing room and smashed it up a little bit.
A bit. Just a bit.
So he's the one.
So yeah, I admit I'm the one, but I don't think it's just. I know the boxing board have got to do a job, and I respect them, and I'm going to be careful with my words. People are dying, and we get to fight another day. But I know if I was hurt or not, and I wasn't hurt. I was fine. Obviously, if I was fine, I wasn't wobbling. I was ready to continue. It's a Southern Area title shot. It's the second round. Got plenty more rounds to go. But I had, these things happen in life. Yeah,
but taking that, it's like saying being in that position myself, but in a worse. I was laying on the floor still, by the way. It's like saying
you still are.
The referee and the judges around there to help you. If they've seen something, they're going to say no. He who fights again, you can live to fight another day. You can come back another day and
just upsetting at the minute. I think because it's early. Yeah. It's early, and I know deep in my heart that I was okay.
And you were quite, being a close friend of yours, Ben. You were quite emotionally drained as well, I would say.
Well, do you know what?
If not, because physically you were in very good shape. Your post-war, it was his war. Your post-fight pictures, when you put it up, saying that the fight had been called off by the referee or it had been stopped. I looked at the face and I thought to myself, I can't see a scratch on his face.
Not one mark.
But I do know you were quite emotionally
very emotional. Very.
You lost 2 friends, haven't you, recently as well? 2
school friends committed suicide. And like I said, I don't want to take anything away from my opponent.
No.
Right? I had a 3-week training camp. I weighed in with my clothes on and 2 phones in my pocket, and I was still 4 pound underweight. I shouldn't have fought, to be honest.
I don't exactly. I'm butting in, but I shouldn't.
No, please.
I don't think he should have fought. End of story. And like saying mentally, you can't see what's going off. Physically, you can look at a person and say, "Oh, he's got that. He's got that."
I was doing the rounds.
Mentally, you can't see that. You're hurt inside your mind.
That's
and like myself again, but
that's life.
It is life, and I say you'll come back to fight the guy again or box the guy again and win.
That's right.
So you may as well just leave it now and just drop that and say, right, excuse me, and say, right, okay, next time.
I never ever dreamt of getting hit on the floor because I've got an iron chin. And I'd never ever dreamt of being hurt in my life. Nothing hurts me. It makes me sexy.
It does, absolutely. Errol, on the basis of what we've just discussed with Ben, how important is it, or how much of an impact does it? We were talking about the emotional side of things. You could be peak condition physically, but if it's not all well up there,
it goes wrong. It can go wrong in a big way. Because all you do mentally, you're thinking about the situation, the worst scenario of something. And you're soaking that in, so you're taking that into the fight as well. And you want to be away from that. You want to be nothing on your mind at all, other than
whatever
your fight.
Happens outside the ring affects you inside the ring, and vice versa. So I had all this subconscious things going on. So I was up and down from Bristol to Devon. My mate, my mate Garth McWilliam, he did the planning permission of my gym. So me and Herol wouldn't have met he wouldn't have met if he didn't do my planning permission in my gym. He was in intensive care with a car crash. So I had not only 2 suicides, I had the car crash as well. So I was up and down, but look, like I said, it's a bit of leather. My friends are more important than a bit of leather. Not taking away from my achievements, winning the Southern Area title without getting hit, might I add. Right? But, put it into perspective. It's a sport. Tim Henman, people play tennis, they lose week in, week out. I'm not saying I'm going to lose again, but let's put it into perspective. I'm at peace with myself.
But you'll be back, Ben.
Oh, what?
Absolutely.
I'm going to be British champion, my friend, at super featherweight.
No, I mean, changing that, I don't think it'll be black again. Because it might be back, but it won't be black.
Oh. It definitely won't be black.
Yeah, but look, we both got white hands. Look, we got white hands.
Oh, but it says be black. It's supposed to be back.
No.
Sorry.
Right, Herol, coming back to you as well now. So in your pomp, we're looking at your record now. Your first 38 fights undefeated.
Wow.
Until he lost to Sumbu Kalambe in 1987, who eventually went on to become world champion as well.
Yep.
That's some word,
that's some
isn't it?
perspective. That is some record.
38.
Messed it up on, no.
Did you say you messed it up though?
Oh, you can't say that.
When I say I thought
you say 1 to the 38.
Yeah, no, but it's a good
mess
shot. Good shots as well. But it's like saying, for what I was doing, I went in for another fight at the time instead of just running. He caught me, but it was my fault for doing certain things what I shouldn't have done. But it was only I blame myself, not my corner. No way, it's me.
You're responsible yourself in there. Nobody else. You can adapt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things, and I should have done.
You can't blame anyone.
Nope.
And what else do you remember about that fight?
I tried to forget the fight.
Sure.
Really, I do, because I messed it up, and I had problems out of the ring from that, but I brought them into the ring.
Same thing.
And you can't have problems outside the ring, inside the ring.
So your best advice is just to get away from your business, just get away from your girlfriend, just go on camp.
Yeah. That's
Go
how.
to
But
a camp.
but you're not to know.
I've never been in camp.
Yeah, if I train anybody now and they've got trouble at home and I know about it, it's like saying, right, okay, then we're moving away. We're going to go to X place about 25 miles down the road, sort of thing, or a good distance away, sort of.
And there was a bit of controversy with the vacant WBA title, Mike McCallum. Points decision, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah. That was how they got there. I don't know, but I thought. I thought I beat McCallum. I thought I did.
You were absolutely convinced.
Yeah, I thought. That's a convincing.
That's interesting.
In the sense that
interesting you say that, Herol.
It's a draw.
When you're convinced that you've won it, and then there's a bombshell for the bomber, and the verdict is your opponent's won it. How do you cope with that feeling of desolation? But also, what's your reaction? Were you just convinced you've become a champion, and then the judges decide otherwise? Yeah,
well, that happens in the sense that
it's
an opinion. My opinion as well, by the way. It's like but you go into the fight, you fight in the fight, and you know you're winning in the fight because you know the way the other corner is reacting. And I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing some cheating tactics, and all I'm doing is moving and pulling his arm away from him, making him feel uncomfortable, and then countering. And they know he was. They know that he was behind on points, and they gave it a draw.
Right.
You don't give a world champion.
Where was this?
This was in, I forget. Sorry guys, I forgot.
In this country or?
It was, yes. But they give a draw. And they don't give a draw. They do not give a draw. They're going to give it to him outright, in a sense that outright if he's won. The draw is, no.
And then there's Julian Jackson. Talk us through that one.
Can't remember much about that one.
I remember everything about it. It's the case that I didn't know who he was. I knew that he could punch, but everybody could punch in my eye, sort of thing. but I didn't know he could punch and hit the tree and knock it down at the same time.
Yeah.
But he could do that, and it's like when I got in the ring, until I didn't know that, I was just picking him off, left to right, the right to left, just picking him off at will. And then he had cut his eye, and the referee came to our corner and says, right, the next round, if nothing happens in the next round, I'm stopping the fight. Both corners. So I'm going, yeah, look, it looks like I've won a fight here. And I never assume anything, usually. First time I ever did it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Caught me. I was leaning in. I leant into him to throw a right hand over the top to try to finish it on his eye. And as I was doing that, he was thinking the same thing. Clean down on one side, smash. And he caught me and I was clean out.
Clean out.
Cracking shot though.
Yeah, brilliant shot.
It's one of the most
memorable ever
in
definitely.
boxing history, not just business boxing, but
because he would have lost his title.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and people who don't even follow boxing as a sport,
everyone knows. Everyone's heard
knows about that moment as well. Ben, a quick question for you: we look at someone of the stature of Herol and what he's achieved in the sport and his status. What role can he now play in terms of not only the sport itself as well, but just inspiring people?
That's exactly, you've answered your own question. That's it. All we're on this planet or Earth for, in my eyes, is to go through misfortunes or fortunes and inspire. And that is it. And there's nothing else.
And what not to do or to do.
And the advice to give to others. Because that's the true plan. Because of what I've been through, I've managed to inspire a lot, and so has Herol. Herol's inspired me. So, nothing else is more important than getting messages from someone to say, like, I'd rather a message to say, Ben, you've saved my life than getting £500 in my pocket. Absolutely.
And what are your priorities looking ahead now?
My ringtone boxing gym, let's make some money after all that. I'm joking.
No, that's what I want to make. Of course, I want to make money.
We all need to make some money.
And I want to do something. I want work. End of story. But it's like saying, without the help of, like, say, Radford Boys Boxing Club and Brendan Ingham, it probably wouldn't have happened. And in certain ways, the way it did, and it happened in a nice way, but. Yeah, things happen. Things happen and for a reason. But I'd like to thank both of them, Roy and Brendan, for what they've done.
Good for you.
1998 IBF title, Charlie Brewer. Fight was stopped in the 10th round.
Yeah.
Did you think to yourself after that, Herol, that it's time for me to?
No. There's a problem I brought into the ring, and I'm not going to mention it. But the problem, I brought a problem into the ring. And you can't bring problems into the ring, can you?
I know that now.
And you really can't. And I did. And Charles Brewer he threw a hatchet at me and got me. And that's it, clean. Yeah, clean.
You live and learn.
There's nothing
Maybe
wrong.
A couple of times,
there's nothing wrong you did there. He just hit me.
No.
And I was wrong place, wrong time.
That's it.
That's all.
And so since retiring from the sport, you've been doing a little bit of personal training. Are you doing any work with young people?
Well, it's like saying work with young people come within training and within the gym. Yeah, a lot of them. I used to go around the schools, school teachers and PE teachers, and do skipping, stuff like that.
But along with training young people, not only you're training them, you become wisdom and a father figure towards them. So you naturally take on that role, right or wrong.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I mean, they want to get fit.
But initially, it's up to them. You can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it.
You can't make them drink. No way. It's if they want to do it.
If they want it, they want it. If they don't, they don't.
Now, Herol, we're broadcasting from Whitechapel, and we've got proud tradition of boxing in this community as well. We've got Repton just around the corner as well. My son, my 18-year-old, he's training as a boxer as well. We've got some fantastic community coaches that we know here. There's Shah Rahman, no relation to me. We've got Abdul Hannan, we've got Mark Collins. They're all GB boxing coaches as well. And they're doing fantastic work with the youth in terms of engaging them, keeping them out of trouble, but training them. I've seen the difference in my own son, the absolute difference.
Less
After a week,
less anger.
He's looking good. He's lean, mean,
feeling good.
He's,
mentally,
he had
physically.
eczema. That's all cleared up now as well.
Wow.
His general outlook is much better now as well. He wants to help people. So it's not just about the brutality in the ring, isn't it? It's a whole host of.
You don't actually have to hit anyway.
It's not a brutal. Well, they say it is a brutal sport, but it's like saying what you get out of it as well. It's this training aspects of it, and it's the training aspects, and you do learn from it. Yeah, learn from the training.
And Ben, as you're running a prominent gym in Camden, in West End, you're situated in a vital area of London as well. You must see this on a daily basis, where I don't know, maybe someone nervous fledgling comes in. I've never thrown a punch in my life, and then just
2 minutes with my character. They're all sewn up. They're having a right laugh. Yeah, we get cab drivers of probably about 45, 50, 60 years of age that are nervous about coming down those stairs. As soon as I get them down the stairs, we have a laugh. We run around, get naked. Well, no, not naked. But have a bit of fun.
Training naked.
Training naked. Have a giggle. Next minute, they're in here week in, week out, and they're really enjoying it. They're loving it. The ladies feel comfortable. We did.
It's an inclusive gym, isn't it?
Inclusive
to everybody.
And it's the discipline, though, isn't it? It's mainly the discipline that they get from it. Children, adults, alike, women. It doesn't matter. It's a discipline, and they realise, wait a minute, it's not barbaric. People say it's barbaric. It's not. It is a disciplined sport. It's like the skipping, the hitting of the bags. You learn. I mean, you're not going to go out on the streets and start smashing people around in that way.
It's the opposite.
It happens. But I mean, it's the opposite. You're more reclined to stand back.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
I've never been in trouble since I started boxing. When I used to play football, always used to get into silly little scraps. When I started boxing, I know I can beat you up. I just walk off.
Yeah.
Herol, I've mentioned some community coaches. I've mentioned Mark Collins there, Shah Rahman, Abdul Hannan. These are people I know personally.
Yes.
Who are doing amazing work. Who will be watching this show with keen interest because of who you are. They know about Ben all the time. Ben, as I said,
you know who I am, guys. Get
the
me.
bomber.
The bomber.
What advice could you provide for these coaches? Because a lot of them are doing it on a voluntary basis. A lot of them are actually pumping money in from their own pockets.
Wow.
Secondly, they're pumping money in from their own pockets.
God willing.
Secondly, for the young boxers who are actually participating, what advice can you give them?
On the young boxers who've doing it, it's like saying they're doing it for a reason. Just don't do it for the negative side. The negative side is going to have it in a fight. In the case that you take it outside and start fighting people, something will happen. Something will be bound to happen for them. So you want it for yourself, perseverance in the sense that to keep yourself fit, mentally and physically. And that's what you want it for. And it does it's the feel-good factor of doing it.
Unconditionally.
Yeah.
Unconditionally is the word I think we're looking for.
I don't want you both to start fighting now as well, but can you please name your toughest opponents and why, please? Starting with Ben.
Life.
Life is your toughest opponent.
Life.
A great answer there as well. Herol, your toughest opponent?
I've had a few, but I'll go for Julian Jackson in himself. Toughest? No, I'm lying. I'm lying. Mike McCallum. Mike McCallum was tough. I've had too many. No, I can't. It's a bit.
Life's been a bitch as well. Life hurts. No man can hurt harder than life. No way.
And Ben, well, this is for both of you. Just lastly, before we actually finish the show as well, can you please talk us through about the masterclass again taking place on Saturday?
So
it's at Ringtone Boxing Gym.
This Saturday. We're approximately we're charging £30 each, which is really cheap.
Can people just turn up on the day?
They can turn up on the day. Yeah. 3 hours. 3 hours. It's a long time with all of us.
And it's hard work. Remember, they don't have to go. We want you to go through the 3 hours, but it's like if they can't, just step aside and your own pace, and then come back into it again. Nice little warm up.
There's 3 coaches. Errol's the main coach. He's the man. There's me and Greg could do the warm up, technique. Errol do all the technique. We can do the stretching, the cool down. We can finish on a circuit and ab work. We could just do a 3-hour session and value for money. A few photos with the bomber.
No, it's not even that. That's not value for money. The value for money is going to be doing the work.
Yeah.
The fitness, heart.
Yeah. Desire, will.
Yeah. Where there's a will, there is a way.
That's so true.
Ben, Bomber Graham.
Absolute pleasure.
It's been an absolute
as
pleasure.
always.
Okay.
As always.
As I've said, 54 fights, 48 wins. Herol Graham, a champion in my book any day. That's it for me. Thanks for watching The Sports Show.
Thanks.